the old food video art created by British artist Ed Atkins. He creates in high definition videos by CGI. CGI means computer generated imagery. It creates digital avatar. There are images which are stylized renditions of natural landscapes or images of real actors on CGI. Ed Atkins is a visual artist. Also, he's a writer, a poet, musician, and as he says that, literature is the base of his works. Literature, grammar, poetics are structures of what he creates. Music, sound, drawing, literature, animation, all of them takes place in his videos. Also, in some videos, he uses deep silence. Old Food video art is also a lyric novel written by him. The words choose to be title is very strange. Old and food. They are both related by our physical bodies. Therefore, digital existence of them cannot replace reality, but they can only represent. It forces us to question digital world of today while showing the old historical characters, costumes or furnitures. The materials and objects he uses over a piece of bread are distinctly disturbing and breaking our expectations. His video art became well known with CGI sandwich scene. It makes different kind of sandwiches metaphorically with little babies, skeletons, faces, pants, chairs, doors, books, bodies, beds, British flag, between fresh lettuce, cheese, cucumber, tomatoes, sauces and butter. It shows from different angles to point the object, every detail of a sandwich by animating level by level in a loop. And while doing this, it causes emotional turmoil. As we watch, we consume everything we experience. Base of the subject we are dealing is the sandwich, which brings us to idea of fast conception. Essence of the subject is what is in the sandwich, which is the object of life, physical or psychological. When we watch the videos or read the novel, it makes you feel uncomfortable, difficult to understand what does it mean. There is constant confusion, but rhythm of sentences or emotions of the characters are so powerful. At the exhibition, there are different videos running on loops of varying lengths, which synchronize with each other holistically, animated by Ed Atkins. And exhibiting beside videos old costumes from the Deutsche Opera in Berlin. Thousands of costumes reminds us the actual bodies filled those costumes in the show. As I see that he inspired by Czech filmmaker Jan Schwankmajer, the similarity of the objects or styles he used creates a language link between them. One of the old food videos is alternates between three characters, a baby, a man and a boy. Their faces look so sad. They are crying constantly without speech. Which I understand he uses crying images to awake the feeling of crying on the viewer. As this imagery plastic art, it works directly on feelings. At another video, it shows a white room consists the piano and big round hole in the wall. The lamp's flashes is imbalanced. After a while, the boy jumps in through a round hole, barely walks to the piano and starts to play it. When the music ends, video repeats itself over and over again. And another video, the boy runs down from path of the hill. The scene at the screen looks mystical or fable-like, and boy disappears at the left side of the screen and starts running again on the hill. Loop repeats itself. On another video, in the cabin, a television stays on top of the piano and showing the Frankenstein film. The baby comes into the cabin. The guy who wears a cloak has put his arm on the piano keys. He and baby both start to play piano at the same time. At the another video, a baby standing in the rain and crying. At the another screen, a monk with medieval hooded cloak is crying also. At the last video, the boy is sitting his back turned to the camera. Suddenly turns around to viewer. All screen goes black, each video repeats itself. On old woodwork, we see hyper-realistic figures, but at the same time, he breaks the reality and uses surrealist images and Dadaist approach. But then we realize this Dadaist approach as if breaks our conceptual base into symbolic reality. By using this hyperrealism and surrealism, just like Dali did, this way he catches the dream reality, which puts us directly into experience. The realistic effect leaves its place to symbolic relations. Doors, babies, books, all material show us their archetypes, and these archetypes are also consumable. For example, books. Books represent knowledge. Knowledge also consumable. Doors creates a separation from where we are to where we maybe go. Door as archetype represent privacy, security, and from where we stay to pass to another space. Everything which is archetypically creates our area values in our human soul put directly into a sandwich, which is very obvious representation fast consumable object. In one of videos, he uses a lot of faces fall over each other into a sandwich. All of them look same face, and each one of them are almost like bacon. Here we feel like our relations, our connection with many people, but they look same. Their originality are almost melted into fast conception. Because we are always in relation with people according to our consuming needs. Therefore, each of them turn into us. But never direct relation here. I like to remind you of Marina Abramovich's performance, looking into each other's eyes with no purpose. If there's a purpose, we turn something into an object of our needs or desire. Also, I recommend to read the book To Have or To Be by Eric Fromm, which is explaining this pattern very well. Fast conception brings always one question: what is next? We never satisfy with what we have. Here is the small part of the old food.